Let me ask you something. How many times have you said yes to something you didn't want to do? Think about it. Maybe it was agreeing to help with a task you didn't have time for. Maybe it was showing up to an event you had no interest in. Or maybe it was just easier to say yes than to explain why you wanted to say no. Now, how did you feel afterward? Frustrated? Tired? Maybe even a little upset with yourself? That's because every time you say yes to something unimportant, you're saying no to something important. Your time and energy are limited. Every single day, you only get so much of it. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. Imagine this. If you spent all your money on things you didn't need, how would you feel when it came time to pay the bills? You'd regret it, wouldn't you? It's the same with your time and energy. When you say yes to things that don't matter, you end up with nothing left for the things that do. You see, saying no is not about being rude or selfish. It's about taking control of your life. If you don't say no to what doesn't matter, you'll never have the time or energy to say yes to what does matter. Here's something I've learned. If you don't design your own life, someone else will do it for you. And I promise you, their plans won't include your goals or dreams. When you can't say no, other people will decide how you spend your time. They'll decide what you work on, where you go, and even how you feel. But when you learn to say no, you take back control. Now, I know saying no isn't easy. It can feel uncomfortable. You might worry about letting someone down or missing out on an opportunity. But here's the truth. Every time you say no to a distraction, you are saying yes to your dreams. Every no to something that doesn't align with your goals is a yes to something that does. So here's my challenge for you. Take a closer look at how you spend your time. Pay attention. Where are you saying yes when you should be saying no? Where are you giving your time and energy to things that don't help you grow? Remember, it's your time, your energy, and your life. Protect it. Say no to the things that don't matter so you can say yes to the things that do. Your dreams, your goals, your family, your health, these are the things that deserve your yes. Insights on saying no. Let me share something with you that can change the way you live your life. If you don't say no, you'll never be able to say yes. Think about that for a moment. Every time you say yes to something, you're using up time, energy, and resources. And those things are not unlimited. Here's the simple truth. You can't do everything. You can't be everywhere. You can't help everyone. Life is about choices, and every choice has a cost. When you say yes to something that doesn't matter, you're saying no to something that does. For example, let's say someone asks you to help them with a task that isn't your responsibility. You say yes, even though it's not aligned with your goals. What happens next? You've just said no to spending that time on your dream. You've said no to being with your family. You've said no to taking care of your health. You see, every yes is a trade. You're always giving up something. The question is, are you trading your time for something that's worth it? Or are you trading it for something that leaves you feeling frustrated and drained? One of my favorite lessons is this. Saying no to something is really saying yes to something else. When you say no to distractions, you're saying yes to focus. When you say no to wasting time, you're saying yes to productivity. And when you say no to the things that pull you away from your dreams, you're saying yes to your future. Now, here's the challenge. Distractions are everywhere. They come at you all day long. Some of them look harmless, and some of them even look like opportunities. But you have to ask yourself, is this taking me closer to my goals, or is it pulling me further away? Saying no is not about being harsh or selfish. It's about having the courage to protect your time and energy for the things that truly matter. It's about knowing what you want and staying focused on it. Let me tell you this. The people who succeed in life are the ones who learn how to say no. They don't let distractions steal their time. They don't let others decide how they spend their days. They take control. They choose wisely. So, here's what I want you to do. The next time someone asks for your time or energy, stop and think. Ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to make sure your yes is worth it? Make sure it aligns with your goals and your dreams. Because every time you say no to something that doesn't matter, you're saying yes to something that does. Your goals, your dreams, your life, they deserve your yes. Strategies for saying no. Let me share some practical strategies to help you say no and take back control of your life. Because saying no is not just about avoiding distractions, it is about creating space for what truly matters. The first step is to identify your priorities. You have to know what is important to you. Take a moment and think about it. What are the things that matter the most in your life? Your health, your family, your career, your personal goals? Write them down. Make them clear, because if you don't know what your priorities are, it is easy to get pulled in every direction. When you know what is important, you can focus on it. You can start to say no to the things that don't align with your goals. For example, if your health is a priority, you might have to say no to staying out late or eating unhealthy foods. If your career is a priority, you might have to say no to distractions at work. The second strategy is to set clear boundaries. Let me tell you, boundaries are not about keeping people out, they are about protecting what is inside. If you don't set boundaries, people will assume you are always available. They will ask for your time, your energy, and your resources, and they won't stop. Setting boundaries means being clear about what you will and won't do. For example, if you need time to focus on a project, let people know you are unavailable during certain hours. If you don't want to take on extra responsibilities, be upfront about it. Boundaries show others that you value your time and that they should too. The third strategy is to practice assertive communication. This is where a lot of people struggle. They worry about saying no because they think it might upset someone or make them look bad. But here is the truth. You can say no without being rude. Assertive communication means being honest and direct while still being respectful. For example, if someone asks you to do something you can't commit to, you can say, "Thank you for thinking of me, but I have other priorities right now." You don't have to explain yourself in detail. A simple and polite no is enough. Let me give you one more tip. When you say no, stick to it. Don't let guilt or pressure make you change your mind. Remember, every time you say yes to something unimportant, you are saying no to something important, and your time and energy are too valuable to waste. So here is the bottom line. If you want to achieve your goals, you have to learn to say no. Identify your priorities. Set clear boundaries. Practice assertive communication. These are the tools that will help you take control of your time and focus on what matters most. Your life is yours to design. Make sure every decision you make takes you closer to the future you want. The benefits of saying no. Now, let us talk about the benefits of saying no. Because saying no is not just about protecting your time, it is about improving your entire life. Once you understand the power of no, you will see how it can transform everything you do. First, saying no increases your productivity. Think about this. How much of your day is spent on things that do not really matter? Meetings that go nowhere, tasks that someone else could handle, or even scrolling through distractions that eat away at your time. Every yes to these things is a no to your important work. When you start saying no to distractions, something amazing happens. You free up your time and energy for the tasks that truly matter. Suddenly, you can focus. You can work on your goals without interruptions. And when you do that, you accomplish more in less time. Productivity goes up, stress goes down, and you start to feel a sense of achievement that drives you forward. Second, saying no improves your well-being. Let me tell you, life is stressful enough without piling on unnecessary commitments. When you say yes to everything, you stretch yourself too thin. You try to be everywhere and do everything, and it leaves you feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. But when you learn to say no, you take back control of your schedule. You create space for rest, for self-care, and for the things that bring you joy. You can spend time with your family, enjoy your hobbies, or simply relax without feeling guilty. Saying no allows you to protect your mental and physical health, and that is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. Third, saying no strengthens your relationships. Now, I know this might sound surprising because many people think saying no will damage their relationships. But the truth is, setting boundaries can actually make your connections stronger. When you say no, you teach people how to value your time and energy. You show them that you respect yourself, and that encourages them to respect you too. It also makes your yes more meaningful. When you say yes because you truly want to, not because you feel obligated, your relationships become more genuine. People appreciate your honesty and your willingness to give your best when it matters most. So let us recap. Saying no boosts your productivity by helping you focus on what matters. It improves your well-being by reducing stress and giving you time to recharge. And it strengthens your relationships by creating mutual respect and understanding. Here is what I want you to remember. Saying no is not about shutting people out. It is about creating space for the things that matter most. It is about designing a life where your time, your energy, and your efforts go toward the things that truly make a difference. The next time you are faced with a decision, ask yourself this. If I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Make your choices with intention. Protect your time, your goals, and your dreams. Because when you say no to what does not matter, you are saying yes to a life that does. Mastering the art of saying no. Let me bring everything together for you. Mastering the art of saying no is not just a skill. It is a decision to take charge of your life, to protect your time, and to focus on what truly matters. We have talked about how saying no increases productivity. When you say no to distractions, you give yourself the chance to do meaningful work. You can focus on your goals, make real progress, and build the future you want. That is the power of no. We have talked about how saying no improves your well-being. Life is demanding, and if you keep saying yes to everything, you will burn out. But when you say no to what drains you, you create space for rest, for joy, and for the things that energize you. You give yourself the care you need to thrive. We have talked about how saying no strengthens your relationships. It may seem counterintuitive, but setting boundaries shows others that you respect yourself. And when people see that, they respect you too. It allows you to connect in an honest and meaningful way without resentment or frustration. Now, here is the key takeaway. Saying no is not about being difficult or uncooperative. It is about being intentional. It is about making decisions that align with your goals and values. Every no to something unimportant is a yes to something that truly matters. But I will tell you this. Learning to say no takes practice. It is not always easy. You might feel uncomfortable at first. You might worry about what others think. But let me remind you, the most successful people in life are not the ones who say yes to everything. They are the ones who know when to say no. So here is what I want you to do. Start practicing today. Pay attention to where your time and energy are going. When something comes up, ask yourself, does this align with my priorities? Does this help me move closer to my goals? If the answer is no, give yourself permission to say no. Be polite, but be firm. You do not need to apologize or over-explain. A simple, clear no is enough. Remember, you are not just saying no to an opportunity. You are saying yes to your dreams, your health, your family, and your future. Now, let me leave you with this challenge. Over the next week, I want you to say no to at least one thing that does not serve you. It could be a distraction, a commitment, or even a habit that is not helping you grow. Say no, and use that time to focus on what matters most. You are the architect of your life. Every decision you make shapes your future, so choose wisely. Say no to what does not matter and yes to the life you deserve.